Industry Voice ISO 14001 is getting a major overhaul. Here's what EHS managers need to do now. Across America, thousands of organizations in automotive, manufacturing, logistics, and other industries, as well as federal, state, and local governments, have pursued ISO 14001 Environmental Management System (EMS) certification. In the private sector, earning the designation helps them drive environmental cost savings and process improvements, as well as qualify them to become eligible suppliers to big corporations that require 14001 conformance. In the public sector, the ISO 14001 certification signals to voters and the public their commitment to protecting the environment and continuously improving. The Geneva-based International Organization for Standardization, ISO, announced several changes to ISO 14001 effective April 2026, which must be in place no later than April 2029. While that sounds like a long time from now, the work required to meet the new certification is complex, and companies are well served to get going immediately. The revised 14001 standard generally involves changes in two broad areas: the process by which organizations manage changes that impact their environmental programs, and the management of the life cycle environmental impact of virtually all of their activities, products, and services, including the impacts of externally provided processes, products, and services, i.e. their contractors, suppliers, and vendors. Annex 6.3 of the revised standard outlines an 8-item list of changes the organization should actively manage. These include the impacts of new and changed products, processes, services, and operations or new facilities, equipment, and material inputs, changes to environmental regulations, and changes in physical plant and outside contractors related to mergers, acquisitions, joint ventures, or divestitures. Notable: ISO 14001 will also require companies to update their environmental management systems to account for business disruption due to, for example, supply chain issues, labor disputes, natural disasters, regime change, political unrest, or war. Big, complicated questions that will require environmental health and safety managers to reach out to top management to help answer. Measuring life cycle impacts of business operations has been part of ISO 14001 since 2015, but now gets significantly more emphasis in the revised standard. Life cycle impacts include acquisition of raw materials, design, production, transportation, delivery, use, end-of-life treatment, and final disposal, or what is sometimes called in the automotive and heavy equipment sectors the mine-to-junkyard impact of the manufacture and use of a car, truck, locomotive, or piece of construction equipment across its active life. Some of the new or enhanced controls organizations may have to implement to meet the Section A 8.1 life cycle guidance could include documenting the environmental benefits designed into products and services, specifying environmental requirements in more detail in purchasing documents, evaluating the qualifications and performance history of external providers, and later conducting oversights and audits of their environmental record, providing pre-job briefings or training on ways personnel can manage projects' environmental impact. Leadership's role in the EMS gets increased attention in this revised standard. Environmental managers should prompt their leaders to increase their attention on the environment in terms of culture by openly and visibly supporting environmental goals, commitments, and environmental improvements, to incorporate environmental governance into everything they do, e.g., capital projects budgeting, long-range planning, etc., and promote the environmental characteristics of products and services to drive revenue and reduce environmental impacts and risk. Finally, the revised ISO 14001 standard will also push entities seeking to comply with the standard to take a much wider view of what ecosystem protection entails. That can mean, for example, not just delineating the boundaries around facilities to be protected, but how procurement, operations, and end-of-life disposition of products, services, and facilities affect biodiversity and the natural environment. ISO 14001 has never been an easy credential to earn. Over the next 3 years, achieving it will grow only more challenging. My message to companies evaluating the revised standards is these changes and increased rigor only make ISO 40001 that much more prestigious, valuable, and competitively differentiating for your organization. By getting going now, well ahead of the 2029 deadline, companies can ensure that they pass their next registration audit to the new standard and that they enjoy all the many benefits the enhanced ISO 14001 delivers. Cost savings, stronger risk management, reduced insurance costs, and tremendous reputational benefits with customers, business partners, investors, and current and future employees. With more than 25 years of environmental advisory expertise, engineering know-how, and an MBA in finance, Jim Harried serves as a trusted advisor to high-profile clients, navigating the complex world of EHS and sustainability. He has advised multiple major corporations on implementing, training and auditing for ISO 14001 environmental management systems, 45001 safety, and 5001 energy saving.